Hello everybody, I'm Ava. Welcome to my channel. Been wanting to do this video for a while, but I couldn't really find the words to say it, I guess, because I've actually, every time I meet a new person and when they eventually find out that I'm vegan, they always ask me the same question. So I just thought like, oh, why don't you just answer this question? So yeah, why did I go vegan? Well, basically, I mean, I did it because of finding out about how the animals are treated and what animal agriculture does to the planet. That is the main reason why I did it. I don't want to be a part of the problem. I want to be a part of the solution. So that's the main reason. The way it started is that I went to this movie a few years ago in August of 2015. It was called Unity. And it was like this movie that was supposedly playing in a bunch of theaters all across the nation in the US at the same time, and it was only going to play one time. And it made me really curious, like, what is this? You know, I didn't see a trailer or anything. I just heard about it. And I knew that it was narrated by Jennifer Aniston, and that's all I knew, really. So I kind of love her. So I decided I was going to go watch this movie. And then when I went, there was a few people there, not like a full theater or anything. I think maybe all of us were curious. I don't know. But so yeah, the movie started and it was basically some kind of like, I wouldn't say a documentary, but it was some kind of movie that showed documentary-like footage, and then there all the narration was kind of like all these celebrities painting a picture of what a world that was living in harmony would be like. Like, what if all of us humans and animals and plants and I don't know, everything life was living together harmoniously without all these problems. You know, they talked about a lot of things that I just never thought about. So, and the way that they did it wasn't anything like, it wasn't like a video showing a bunch of animals being tortured or anything. I don't even really recall much of that at all, or maybe at all. Is there? I don't know. But anyway, so that movie got me to thinking, like, maybe I shouldn't be living this way. Maybe I should try not eating meat and animals and see what that's like, you know? Because wouldn't it be great to be a part of the solution of the problems in this world, right? So I stopped eating meat, but I still ate like eggs and dairy and stuff. And during the time that I was basically vegetarian. And during that time that I was vegetarian, I was watching all these documentaries on Netflix. I watched Forks Over Knives. I watched Cowspiracy. I watched Hungry for Change. Vegucated, Food Inc. What else is there? Oh gosh, there's so many. You know how like the way Netflix is set up, it's like if you watch one thing, they have like more like this. And then they have like all these other ones that are similar. So I started watching it and I just get more and more and more. And it just got to the point where I was like starting to hear the same information, and I was like, okay, I get it, you know, I get it. It's even if I ate eggs and dairy, it's still not good. And I really couldn't justify being vegetarian either. So I started researching more on like just reading books and reading, what did I read? I read the China Study. I wouldn't say I read the whole thing. I just, read certain chapters. And I also watched a bunch of videos on YouTube of like people talking about why they went vegan, or the one video that really got to me was this one where if you look up on YouTube, it says 101 reasons to go vegan. It's not really 101 reasons. It's really like saying vegan 101. So it's this guy who gives this presentation, and the way he presented it really made a lot of sense to me. And it wasn't like preachy or anything. It was just like for anyone to listen to. And he was just like really, chillaxed about it. And I just really liked what he had to say. And it really kind of like hit home for me, like made me think like this is what I should be doing. I should be moving towards going vegan. But I was so scared. I was like super scared. I don't know why I was so scared to declare that I want to go vegan. It's weird. I think it was because I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to hang in there. I didn't want to like declare that I was going to be vegan and then just like, what do you say? How do you say? Fall off the wagon, right? Or the boat or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying. Like I'd only last for maybe like a day or two, So I just had to get over that, get over my fears and just take the leap. And it was great. It was, it just felt like the ethical thing to do. And it was in line with my morals. So, I'm an animal lover and I wanted to truly be what I am. So I just didn't want to be participating in killing them if I'm really an animal lover. So can't really say that, if I'm like eating meat, it just didn't feel like it didn't make sense to me, like, would I kick a dog? No. Would I kick a pig? No, I just wouldn't. So I wouldn't eat them. It just feels right. And that just got me to finally feeling like I was at peace. And that's I would say that's like a side effect of being vegan. It was like little things started happening that isn't even involved with just what I eat. It's just my life in general. I felt like I noticed that my skin was starting to clear up, which was nice. It's like now I'm always like this. If you ever like see me walking around, I'm like, catch me like touching my face because it just feels so soft. I've never had my face feel this way. It used to feel kind of like a little bit like sandpapery, like a dull, sandpaper. But now it feels like, those books that you feel they have like some kind of like a skin texture. I don't even know how to explain it, but it just feels like really soft and I really love it. And I never thought in a million years I would have skin like this. And it feels like the back of my hand, if that makes sense. Because the back of your hand is really soft and smooth usually. That's how my face feels and I love it. I'm like, oh, this is great. I wasn't even trying. I'm also like a very calmer person now. I don't really get angry as easily as I used to. I feel like that might have something to do with, I think that when you eat the meat, all of the feelings that those animals had at the time, somehow, I feel like it gets transferred. Does that make sense? Like, because, you know, they're scared, they're angry, they're upset, they're sad, they're depressed. I feel like all of those emotions are in there, and I feel like somehow it gets transferred to the person eating it, and I don't have that anymore. I don't feel sad all the time. I feel happy. I feel, you know, joyous. You know, I feel good about things. I don't know, which is great because I haven't felt this way in a very, very long time. I'm just like a more loving person, and I show it more, I feel like, and that's one thing that I really love about being vegan is I finally got to experience self-love. You know, I used to look in the mirror and I would criticize the person that I see. Like, I really hated the person that I saw, because to me, she was not beautiful. I would see double chin. I would see like fat arms or face or whatever. And I don't know, I just didn't like that person. And I always kept saying like, oh, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to change the way she looks. I'm going to finally, then will I love myself. But I couldn't, it just never came during the time when I wasn't vegan. And it wasn't until I became vegan that I finally looked at myself in the mirror, and I saw this person, and you know, how could I hate the person that I see in the mirror? The person I see in the mirror was trying her best to be part of the solution, someone who was loving, someone who's caring and compassionate. And I can't criticize that person because to me, that person is amazing. And I feel like it was such like an epiphany, because it wasn't until I experienced self-love that I was able to like truly love other people. You know what I mean? You know how they say that sorry, I'm crying. It's making me emotional. You know how they say that you can't love other people until you love yourself? That is so true. Oh my gosh. Like I never understood that before. I just kind of thought like, well, you can love other people and not love yourself. Well, no, you can't. Because you can't give love if you don't have any to give to yourself. If you don't have any love to give to yourself, how can you give it to somebody else? It's like apples. If I don't have any apples, how am I going to give apples to somebody else? You have to have any apples. I'm not making any sense, am I? But I don't know. I wish I could explain this feeling, but I can't. It's like a mixture of love, peace, and harmony within me. And I can't come away from that. And it really just, sometimes I get these comments from people who don't understand it, and they think that it's all about just food. And no, you know what? It's not about food at all. It's about life. It's about love. It's about compassion. You know, it's all these things combined together, you know, completes me. And it doesn't even really relate to me. It doesn't really relate to food, because, you know, food, I can't tell you that I don't see a pig as food anymore. You just have to see them and know that. Just like you wouldn't see, I don't know, I guess a dog as food. I know some countries do, but like for me, seeing a dog as food doesn't make sense. So now seeing a cow as anything other than just a living creature, living being, seeing them as anything else, this doesn't make sense. I don't see them as food. They're an animal. If I see like what they call, like all those names that they label them, like beef and pork, I feel like it cuts people off from what they really are, you know, kind of like blocks them. I mean, especially seeing animals being tied up, I think of it as like a woman or a child, because essentially the animals that die, they are children, they are babies, they're so young, and it hurts my heart, and I can't be a part of that. I don't want to, you know, like it's not for me. You know, I love life, and I love love, and I wish people would understand that it's not about food. It's about ethics. It's about compassion and love. That's really what it is for me. And another thing that's been really good since going vegan is my relationship with food. You know, like now that I don't see animals as food, I'm starting to love vegetables and fruits that I never even tried before. Or, I mean, you can ask any of my friends, they know that I used to hate vegetables. It's not my thing. But to now, I actually love it. I'm not passionate about it. I definitely still have a long way to go in learning how to cook them, but I definitely enjoy them a lot better, because to me, those are the things that are food to me. Those are what fulfills me and what keeps me alive and what will nourish my body. So, yeah, and I don't understand, even though it's something that I was a non-vegan, and I don't really remember what it was like to drool over something like a steak. I mean, I'm even starting to forget some of the names that those things are called, which I think is a win. Like the other day, I couldn't remember what a short rib was. It just took me a while to I had to really think about it. Like, what is that? And, you know, it wasn't something I remembered. And also like the smell of the meat, it really, really reeks to me now. Like after having not smelled it for so long, especially in my own household, oh my gosh. Now when I smell meat cooking, it stinks. It's so horrible. Like if I was a non-vegan, I probably might have said it smelled good, or I might have just overlooked it. I do remember smelling meat that stunk, and it was just like, ugh, I need to wash this. That's what I would think. But now I'm connected to realizing that's a dead animal. It's like roadkill. Like rotting corpses will stink. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that I can't get over, and I have a really hard time eating when there's like meat in front of me, because it stinks like hell. Oh. Anyways, but I am having a great time eating the way that I do. You know, I love cooking. I love being able to veganize stuff. You know, just because people go vegan, it doesn't mean that they don't like the taste of non-vegan food, you know, like I hear a lot of stuff about people saying like, well, why are you trying to eat imitation meat if you don't like meat? Like, most of us were non-vegan before. We did like that stuff, you know, but we just won't eat it because of where it came from anymore, because of like how it came. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. If you don't get it, I can't help you. But all I just wanted to say was that this has been an amazing journey and I love it. And I hope it continues to keep on getting better and better for me. So if you have any stories to share, feel free, let me know. You know, I would love to hear it. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you.